So here's the deal. Here's what I'm working on right now. Just trying to make some progress again on this game plan. So here's the deal. I've got to. Is this running? Okay, it's running. So I deleted all of my defaults, but here's the thing. I want to build it correctly. I did finally get this displaying itself, and you can see that edit user and edit team don't actually have the ability to delete, because this is not a team or user game plan item situation. This is a default game plan, therefore it has a delete. I didn't delete this one only because I didn't want to delete everything. It felt blank. But if you hold on to one of these, press the hold button down, this pops up. And I know my button is kind of distorted. I'll fix that. They should all kind of look roughly like this one, but I don't know what I did. I got that kind of. I think I'm using a percent based button positioning. So like if I shrink this down, it becomes more normal because it was built in this state. It's still a little big. I obviously need to fix that. I want to get it down to a normal size, and what I'll probably do is have it position based, but not size based, and then that'll keep it in the same place. But that's besides the point. So I like working on this because it's more room for, just working space. But I have to toggle every now and then to make sure things are working correctly. But one of the things I'm trying to get loaded or figured out is I'm going to have to create a pop-up for this for play types. Now, you can see it's showing the play type ID, which is wrong. It should be showing a combination of things. I'm going to create a pop-up, and instead of showing you PT001, it's going to show you essentially what pops up here. It's going to be the same value you see on here. So it's saying offense and active. I don't even know what those are. Those are not valid. I think those are just some default values I had in there, and that's probably why that's showing up that way. And then the next step will get favored plays. Favored plays has its own little conditions, and that's going to have me building the playbook. But I have these situations I have to create. So this is going to be first down. Essentially, the idea is that I'm going to create the most basic of game plans that has that covers every situation. So that if a user does nothing and the game doesn't have anything going, it can still use any team that doesn't have a team or user game plan set up. We'll still be able to run. It just might be the dumbest playbook in the world, but every play will be covered. It'll still kick off when it's supposed to. Maybe kick field goals at the easiest times. I don't know. Just whatever it is, I'm just gonna have it the most basic thing. And then the idea is that I create team game plans that are AI game plans that work kind of as a overlay to those game plans. That's the idea. And ultimately, my goal is to try to. I don't know if I'll do it right away. It might be an update or an upgrade at a later time. But I want to implement AI to start doing logical game plan building. But I'll give you more detail on that later. It's just been conceptually being designed. But anyway, got to get these play types loaded, because right now they don't. There's no information here. So I've been working with AI to help me build what exactly my play types are. So this is what a play type information is. So obviously it's offense or defense, right? So, we're defining a situation. In this case, I'm working with, say, for example, this is an offensive game plan. You can see it's selected. So if I wanted to go here, I have a few. I can click on this guy, and it'll load those up. And then this filter, play type, would filter out down to only defensive play types. And I have these are my defensive play types. And you got balanced, you got blitz, you got pass, you've got run, and you've got and then you got some special teams ones. But so all of those can possibly be put into a given play. ideally, some of these things are going to be kind of fixed. Like, say, there might be situations where instead of kicking, you do a on fourth down. But the game plan, the what do you call it? Default game plan won't have like tricky stuff. It'll just do correct things you'd expect. Like it'll kick a field goal on 30 or punt on fourth, and it just does what it has to do to kind of make sure the game works, kind of sort of like you'd expect. This will help protect people from themselves because if you create a user game plan that does some kind of goofy things accidentally, there's still a chance it's going to do the smart thing because the coach is still the coach and he's going to try and derive what should be done. Unless I expect to have coaches that will follow your thing word for word, and I would call them the difficult or hardest players to. They're the cheapest coaches to get, but the hardest coaches to use, especially if you don't know what you're trying to accomplish. So if you just think, hey, I got this, I'm smart enough, I don't need any help from no stinking AI coach, you can create your own game plan. It'll still have the basics in there, so if you don't choose to use them at all, some coaches will listen to what you say and give it such a high chance that it's less chance it'll ever call a default game plan. But keep in mind, the trick is with this, when you're creating a game plan, if you want to override the defaults, you got to create the exact same situation or create such a tight fit situations around it that rarely ever gets called. So what that means is, like, say you're saying if there's a situation that says fourth and less than 3 and you put in a fourth and less than 2 and you also put in a fourth and 3 or more, well, then it's the only time that default one's ever going to get called is if it's fourth and less than 3 but greater than 2, because anything else would match your situation. So you could do that and leave one really tiny scenario where the default can fall in, but anything else, you will probably have yours will override it. Anyway, if you use an exact copy, yours will completely override it. It will not call the default game plan. And you're on your own, man. If you do that, it's like, okie dokie. It's your call, buddy. But yeah, that's how that's going to work. So you can't delete a default game plan, but you can override it by creating your own. So anyway, I'm trying to get this Playtype to load up. And I'm going to end up creating a pop-up that lets you select which Playtype you want. So say, for example, on offense, well, let's say we're looking at defense. Let's go ahead and look at defense. So you're going to have a base play type is balanced, but this will probably say something like balanced or 3-4 base. Well, let's see. How would I want to do this? It'll probably be the number first. So it'll probably be base formation, and oh, okay. I'm just trying to read how I put this together. I'm trying to read it. Okay, so the idea is that these give you the potential to see a lot of different plays or player positions. I mean, this doesn't preclude. It's not a play. It's a play type. So this is a blitzing play, which means somebody on the team is going to blitz. It makes it a blitzing play. If it's a base play type of a blitz, though, it also means that is kind of the main objective of the play. So there might be multiple people, and there might be some tricky little moves and stuff like that. The play type group is who's doing it. So this is like a linebacker blitz, obviously. Any means any formation. I'm not totally sure I'm fond of that, any formation, because I guess it can work, but I also have like nickel, and I have these 3-4, 4-2, and 4-3. These are all running plays. I don't have or balance plays. And then I have down here, I have run plays. And these are just your basic things. I want to do a 3-4 run defense. This is just the play type. You're not selecting the actual play. So you're saying I want to use my 3-4 run focused defense. And then these are special types of the formation. Like, yeah, it's a 3-4, but you have a safety that's nearby. You know, it's a closer position. You have a I don't even know what bear is. I forgot some of these names. Tight means they're pulled in. This is a little bit closer to a goal line defense. It's a run. Stuff, same kind of thing. You got a lot of guys focusing specifically on run, but it's just a different spread or layout of your personnel. And it's 5-2, and these are 6-2 versions. And any, of course, is any. So any kind of formation, doesn't matter. So these any's are going to give you more options because it's any play that qualifies. And then these are pass defense focused. Now, the only difference is on a pass defense versus a run defense focus is you're going to have more, you're probably going to have more zones, but on every defensive play, every player should have a run and a pass responsibility because, you know, you don't always guess correct. But a pass focus is going to have guys that maybe aren't watching for a run so much. Your CBs are just going to go out and do their thing. They're not going to be playing tight and bump and trying to crowd the line and try to prevent guys from going around. Or they may not be doing containment as much. They may even fall back more and make sure that nothing goes deep. I mean, they're going to have their own responsibilities in a pass style defense. Blitz is kind of who's doing it, right? Double A gap, linebacker. I don't know who fire is, but I assume it's like a corner or something. No, that's a corner blitz there. Maybe this is a free safety. That makes sense. Starts with an F. Safety blitz of some kind. Double A gap probably means there's two linebackers going to make a blitz, and it's coming from the nickel formation. So anyway, that's the idea. Now I am working with AI to help me build some of the options here. So you see I have the single back gaps. Yawns, whatever, yawns. Leave me alone. Let's turn on some music. Some sound. We need sound. My brain is looking for some.
Christian men, don't struggle building a business alone. Let us build one with you, and we...
Gotta do something, man. Sometimes you just gotta get something going. Wake up the brain. Hold on, I need a chocolate kick. I used up all my cloud for this 5-hour window. I don't get to use it again until 9. Well, I have Copilot, so I can technically use Copilot, which is what I've been doing here. But Oh, that must be a defensive formation? No, that's base formation. There's not a way to collapse everything here. Is there a collapse? Does anybody know if there's a collapse all? A hotkey in the S code to collapse. Really? All right, let's try it. Oh, wow, that worked. Check it out. Huh. It really collapsed. I wish I could have. All right, here we go. That's fine. Let's do it from the bottom, though. It's not that big of a drop, but at least I can see. So, how many of these do I have? 3. It says I have 24 formations. Alright, so what I'm doing here is I'm trying to make this easier to read because it's really annoying to try to go through and filter through all these things. It's probably gonna, I can't really look at most of this, but the formation I have, like bunch, ace, 4-4. Some of these are offense, so these ones are, you know, true. And I think they're a little off because I don't think a 1-1. You can have a 1-1 bunch. These are personnel groupings in offensive purposes. So 1-1 means one running back, one tight end, and the rest are wide receivers. Because you have 5, right? You have 5 spots for players that aren't the offensive line and the quarterback. That's 6, so you only get 5 other guys. So basically it's running backs, tight ends are the personnel. So that's like 11 personnel, 21 personnel. And then you have, it's basically a 21-3 or 213 or whatever you want to call it. But actually no, that'd be a 212 or 21-2. But people don't usually say the number of wide receivers. But the name, bunch, ace, this defines the formation shape, I guess, the personnel positions on the field. So bunch is kind of like a goal line D, push kind of thing. Everybody's up close. And then trips is on one side or the other. You've got 3 receivers. This is only a 1-1, so you got 1 running back, 1 tight end, and 3 eligible receivers on one side, which means you've got 1 guy on the other side. That's 4 guys. with one wide receiver on the opposite side. So you're either going to put 3 wide receivers on one side with a tight end on the other, or you're going to have a tight end with 2 receivers and 1 receiver on the other. So that's kind of what trips is supposed to be. I'm pretty sure, if I understand correctly. But the idea here is to try to get a way to set up my preferred play type as a pop-up that lets you select your play types. And play types define direction and distance on offense. Like, is it going to go right, left, middle for a run? Or is it screen, short, middle, long for pass? It doesn't mean you're only going to have, so it's like it counts every route. So if you have a screen short, middle, long on your routes, that play will show up in every one of those type of pass plays, except for, well, I guess it could be screen short, middle, long. So you could literally have that play show up everywhere. It has a chance of being called. So it does have higher chances. Then you can do something like, you know what, I like this play. Let's call it regular. Or maybe you're trying to build it up. So you put it on there. Build it up means create some mastery on it. So plays that have a mastery will have a better success rate, or they should, because your players are going to know the play better. And therefore they have a chance. A little bit like the program does it. But it's a little different too. I mean, the way I designed it doesn't quite work like that. It's basically play it to get better. And you can play it in practice, you can play it in games, you can play it anywhere, but it's not like, hey coach, we saw these things, let's fix it. That game, I don't know, it has an interesting approach to things. That's all I could say. I think it's a simplicity issue. You know, let's not make it too difficult. We only have 4 or 5 plays. Let's try to make it as simple as possible. Okay. That works. Okay. So now it's control K0. Oh, did it break one? Something looks off here. Why is this one wonky? I mean, I know something's off. I messed a couple typos, only 1 T in formatting, G and N swapped. You know, sometimes you just gotta let AI figure out what you're typing. basically it's saying it mangled it. I won't remember that hotkey, but it's cool. Control K0. You might ask, what are you doing looking at your phone? Well, I'm looking at the program, the game that I use. The game that I've been playing online. It's a football game for college football. And it's also the one I've been talking about when I say, hey, this game does this and this game does that. So this way you know that I am I'm still active in that game. I just graduated from baby conference, infant school. It took me 12 seasons to get out of the first year. Some people think some of these higher ones, you know, they get taking them longer. Some guy was complaining, I can't get out of this conference. I've been here for 20 years. I'm getting kind of tired of at 12, and I'm not sure if I want to go through a whole nother one. I kind of want to see what a season looks like playing at a higher level, but I think I can get 4 stars, which would be kind of cool. But I think the story is going to be rinse and repeat. You know, just keep improving things, focusing on things. Honestly, I think I've solved the game. Says the guy who's just gotten out of the baby conference, and I've got like 8 other conferences to go. Honestly, I think I've solved the game. And I will go over my stuff eventually. I gotta do that. I keep saying I want to show people my tips. So I don't know what it's doing here, but I don't know why it's doing it. I can't fix it. Our Copilot gets a little confused sometimes. So I need to make sure. Here's the thing, I'm trying to get, if I'm creating play types, I want them to synchronize with my actual formations, which I think I have created, but I'm not sure how smart honestly, I don't know how smart. All right, so there's some things that Microsoft Copilot can do. I always hesitate because I'm afraid it's going to start talking to me. It's pretty smart. It's actually really smart about discussing. I use it a lot to discuss the football game, not my football game, but football in general information, because it seems to have a really good grasp, even more so. And Claude does not have a good grasp of the logic, the general rules of football. I mean, it can go out and look and get stuff, but it always feels to me more clunky. Like it just doesn't really know what it's talking about, and it's just taking my word for it. It says, yeah, I'll do that, and does it, and then it's like, yeah, it's great, but is that right? It's like, I don't know. I'm just doing what you told me. Claude's like a super smart programmer who really just doesn't know much about anything outside of programming. This version of Copilot, Microsoft Copilot, it's okay at programming, but first of all, you got to program it and then you got to copy and paste because it's not looking at my actual code. But what it really does is it just seems to be better at understanding and giving you conceptual feedback, and that could just be because it's based on ChatGPT. And I haven't actually tried to use ChatGPT much over here, so given that. So I don't know what it's doing, if it got lost. What is going on there, buddy? Says it's working. I don't know what it's doing though. Karama, how's it going, man? What's the latest with you? I gotta take my PT test on Friday. Or no, Thursday. It's 2 days. So I gotta get some studying done. Not tonight, but I mean tomorrow. I'll probably start studying it a little bit more tomorrow, taking some practice quizzes. I will get my CPR certification done tomorrow, hopefully. And then I'll take my test on Friday and hopefully get certified on Thursday and hopefully be certified by Friday. And start looking for my first client, my first physical training client. I'm gonna start passing my wisdoms, my annual wisdoms onto others about all my years of working out, and hopefully helping people get in shape. Not a lot of people. I'm planning to, if I can, I'd like to pick up 2 or 3 clients. If I can make more than I make in DoorDash, it's worth it. It's like, I don't make a lot on DoorDash. I make like $150 a week, which is pretty sad, right? And that's 4 hours. If I work 4 hours a day as a personal trainer, I think I can make a lot more than that. Probably. I'm thinking what I'm thinking about doing is offering deals that are multiples. So like, I'm thinking like if it, like $40 an hour or $50 an hour for one session, but if they do 2 weekly sessions, then it'll be like $40 an hour. And if they do 3 weekly sessions, it'll be like maybe $35 an hour. So they'll save money, but I get paid more, kind of thing. Plus, I think multiple sessions is worth more to a client. I mean, I might even do something like maybe only be $30 an hour if they do 4 days. So that kind of thing. Because I think helping people get in shape should be a commitment. I think a person should be able to put in more than a day a week. I mean, yeah, sometimes they'd rather do the day a week and then they just do the rest on their own, right? Because you're going to save more money. I mean, doing 1 day is definitely cheaper than doing 2 days. I get it, but the idea is that the 2 days you're tempted to do more, and that's better for you. This thing done yet? Are we done yet? Yay, we're done. All right. All I did was ask it to sort it. It wasn't a big deal, but it was struggling. It took a long time. All right, so are we clean now? I think yeah, it does look a lot cleaner now. Okay. I wanted it to put like, let's do this thing again. And I think I told it to put offense at top. Quick return. All right, here we go. Defense. All right, so I'm doing defense first, just because I want to build the defensive parts. Because I'm hoping. So base formations should match the base formations of the play types. And then I actually have certain formations, which I feel like these are poorly named. I don't know if Claude can do this. I'm gonna try something here. Let's go new. I'm not using Codex because Codex is coding only, and I think it'd be dumb. Like Claude is dumb. I mean, it's like Claude's got knowledge in programming, but no wisdom in the world. Doesn't know anything about the world. That's my theory. So I'm hoping, since Copilot here is based on ChatGPT, that ChatGPT can make this same state. So I'm gonna try something. What is going on with Playtype speed? Oh, it doesn't like any of these comments. Where'd that go? As much as I like the idea of comments. I'm not. What's going on, man? I don't know what's going on with my system right now. Oh, it's just delayed. Am I getting? Oh. Why'd that music stop? Oh, my frames have dropped to 8. Yikes. 32, 31. Why are my frames dropping to nothing? To 16. What is going on? Holy cow, my frames have taken a toilet drop. Yarksa Marksa. Let's try and recover some memory. Maybe that's part of it. Oh, I'm dying here. Help! Help! We're crashing and burning! Is that... I have my frames are crapping out, man. No. Up, I'm up to 26. 44. Are we bouncing back? Are we getting some recovery in frames? No, I mean kinda. Man, we are in bad shape. I guess I gotta close. Maybe I close Unity? Alright, I'll do that for now. Maybe it just needs a clean memory cleansing. I don't know where all my memory is going at the moment, though. Nothing's open now. We're spinning out of control. Dive. What is going on, man? Performance has hit the fan and gone kablooey. All right, I think we're almost back. It looks like my frames have jumped back up into the mid to upper 50s. Still not great. It seems to be dropping off a lot, but it's better. I'm sitting up in the 40 to 60 range. I don't know what's going on, man. Is it Claude, ChatGPT? Is one of those guys breaking down? I want to put a task in here for ChatGPT, but I'm a little concerned at the moment. Let's see, system logging and unit tests. Implemented for host services. Let's try to clean up some of this junk. Get myself back down to not having hundreds of files that are unchecked in. We know we're close when it gives me a message. Bing. Bing, 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 bing. There it is. All right, let's see if I can get GPT to figure this out. Can you review the Playtype -seed .json and the animations-seed.json and knowing that every formation should be able to be logically included under at least one of the playtypes. They link via the base formation. They link via the base formation where personnel is defined. 2-1 equals 2 RBs 2 RBFBs and 1 receiver or 1 tight end. The position group defines the let's see, personnel defines the lineup. The issue is that my formations don't all have a position group defined. I need you to research. This is going to take time. I don't think this is going to be a bad one. I think I need you to research the various personnel formations. So web views is fine. If I wait 10 more minutes, I can put this on Claude. All I think is I can put it in an agent so I can still use Claude. But I guess if I just use this, then I can just use Claude anyway, but I'll just use it while this is running. You need positions defined in each defensive and offensive play to determine the correct play type group value to add information. If a play type group is not present in the play types -c.json, add it. Grouped with the other offense grouped with the appropriate off def team script team value. Offense equals 1, defense equals 2. In order to understand the formation for the position for each formation, you should know that positions are defined as follows. Every grid coordinate represents a 2.5 by 2.5 area of field. x0, y0 is the position of the ball at snap. All players are positioned based on the ball's position. Offense players are at y0 or y negative value. And either left x negative value, either left or right x positive value of the ball. Defense is all y positive values with x with negative x for left and negative and positive x for right. Based on that information, you should be able to assess where players are positioned on the field and be able to derive the correct play type group play belongs. Do ask questions if you are unclear. Think deeply on this. Okay, so yeah. We are still having some serious frames issues. I don't know why. I don't know if it's just because maybe Copilot's really struggling with resources.
It could be a hiccup or a momentary glitch. We're all good though. Systems do stutter now and then, but I'm here and ready to roll. Anything you want to dive into?
She heard me. I knew she would. I keep saying the name. Eventually it was going to get confused. I don't talk to her as much as I used to. Honestly, I got to change the personality on it. I think she kind of bugs me now. I used to not mind, but here's the deal. She's gotten really talkative. I don't know. She just feels like, she just gives me a lot of extra nonsensical. It's like she just likes to go into like, oh, it's like, none of that stuff is what I asked you for. It's like, Excel. Oh, exact. Command line? See, it's doing some searching online to try to decipher stuff, and I just think it's like just not as good. I don't know. I feel like it's just not as smart. It's just the thing. I should probably go start laying out my let's do that. Let's go start laying out, assuming I'm able to. Man, I am having some serious frame droppage. I apologize. It is not good. I don't know why it's so bad, but I don't know. Hopefully it's not showing up for you. It's probably delaying, but it's definitely an issue. On my end, anyway. I don't know how well it's well, let's see what happens. I gotta start laying out my player type pop-up. Honestly, I'm a little confused on how to do it. Yeah, yeah, I'm struggling with it. In my head, I don't know how I want to lay this out. Because I already know it's going to be filtered by offense and defense. That's easy enough. And then maybe I need to filter it by base formation. Maybe have a base formation option. And then you can select whether or not it's a run focus or whatever kind of pass focus or whatever. So we got base formation, and we have base play type. Okay, so we're in a play type group. Yeah, that's a big one. I'm risking. I'm giving it full control on this session. Told it to ask questions, but it hasn't really done as much question asking, so I'm a little nervous about it. What do we got for updates here? Says there's 3 updates, but I don't see them. Whatever, don't care anymore. I've ran out of care. It's building up this guy. Let's see what it looks like. Wait, why is it restructuring? Uh-oh, what's it doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Don't know what he's doing, but I don't know if I like it. Oops, I've hit my hour. Well, there you go. There's a bit what I've been doing today. I know I've been keeping my streams a little shorter. I'm trying to get them into more of a piecemeal so I can maybe start doing stuff with them. I don't know, edit them, change them. But if I do them anything over an hour, I just don't have the time, wherewithal, desire to fix some of these and pull what they're doing. Some of them I won't, but I need to know what they do in a bite-sized chunk. In an hour, I can probably filter it. So there you go for now.